What's going on, my fellow degenerates, my fellow fucking time wasters, my fellow fucking spend 100k on a jungle axe beasts? Today we're talking about PvP. Right now in the game, there's no purpose to PvP. It's just there because I think if there wasn't PvP, people would be really mad, but like, it's still meaningless. There's no point to it. There's no reason to do it. What we're going to talk about is a few ways that Hypixel could change the PvP system and make it more worthwhile and actually an interesting part of the game. So the first thing that they would need to add is a ranking system of some sort. So there's two calculations that we need to know to explain this, and the first one is the expected outcome, the second one is the actual calculations. In these calculations, RA is the first player's elo, RB is the second player's elo, K is the change over time, which would start at 100, then minus 10 per 25 matches until a minimum of, say, 30, just so that your first few matches would like determine what rank you are, and then over time you'd gain and lose less and less elo. EA is the expected outcome, and then SA is whether it's a win or a loss, either 1 or 0. So for the expected outcome calculation, it would be 1 over 1 plus 10 to the power of RB minus RA divided by 400. And the actual calculation of elo is the original RA, so the RA before the match started, plus K multiplied by SA minus EA. So just as an example, if player 1 has 1500 elo and player 2 has 1650 elo and player 1 wins, the expected outcome would be 0.296614999652, and then the elo of player 1 after the match would be 1535. I feel like there should also be a payout system of some sort, and so a formula that I had a friend come up with for me, since I'm dog shit at math, was 250 times RB minus RA plus 50,000, and you would get half coins on loss or something like that. And with this system, based off of the calculations of the example that we just did, the payout would be 87,500 coins. Every 10 Skyblock years could be considered one season, and you would get rewards at the end of each season based off of your elo. Every 400 elo points or so would be considered a rank. So rank 1 would be 0 to 1149. Rank 2 would be 1150 to 1499. Rank 3 would be 1500 to 1849. Rank 4 would be 1850 to 2199. Rank 5 would be 2200 plus, and then rank 6 would be the top 500 players. So the last part of this video will just be some ideas for maybe armor or weapons or shit like that you could add to just make a PvP environment more fun and more varied. So there could be a sword that deals double damage from behind, armor that gives you invisibility for 2 seconds when you sneak with a 10-second cooldown, a knife that you can throw, a sword that does a 360 swing, an item that places a marker, then after 10 seconds returns you there, armor that reduces crit damage by 20% and reflects 20% of damage back, a sword that when you block, reflects damage back with a 5-second cooldown, possibility of talismans with cooldown reduction, a sword that has a higher reach on one hit with a 5-second cooldown, a sword that boosts strength and speed on hit, a sword with a projectile root with a 15-second cooldown, a sword that creates a temporary wall with a minute cooldown, more weapons with summons besides the Reaper Scythe, armor with an AoE burn around it, a weapon that stuns both players for 3 seconds with a minute cooldown, a sword that knocks the enemy into the air with a 10-second cooldown, a sword that deals true damage every 10th hit, an armor that leaves a trail of poison or fire behind it, I don't know which would be better. Armor with a dash to an enemy with a 15-second cooldown. Let people use the aspect of the End's ability but give it a cooldown. So that takes you back to your location 3 seconds ago and restores all health lost during that time with, I don't know, a minute cooldown. Add more wands to the game, but don't make them shit. Like, what the fuck is the ink wand? What were you thinking, Hypixel? Buff the zombie sword to remove crowd control as well. A sword with increased damage based off of movement speed. A sword that gives 10% dodge chance, or a sword that gives 100% dodge chance for 2 seconds and then does AoE damage based off the sword's damage, plus 10% for every hit that you dodged on a 20-second cooldown. Disable grappling hooks. A sword that lets you dash either forwards or backwards each swing depending on if you press W or S during the swing. A sword that creates a clone of yourself which doesn't attack for 3 seconds on a 20-second cooldown. An axe that you can throw and pick up to reduce the cooldown. So it's probably more than apparent that I took most of those ideas from League of Legends, but I know Hypixel isn't like averse to stealing ideas from League of Legends, so I don't know, I'm not too caught up about it. I had a lot of fun making this video. It was more just ideas than actually doing shit, which I don't know, fits me quite well. If you have any other ideas, feel free to comment them down below or whatever. Like if you liked it, subscribe if you want more. I stream on Twitch and YouTube weekdays 3 Pacific to 7:30 Pacific, excluding Saturday, or not Saturdays, fucking Thursdays. What am I saying? And yeah, I hope you have a nice day.